Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Stock Market Review with Luwep Trading. Coach Lord is here, guys. We're gonna get into it. So today, as I told you guys yesterday, we had VIX-Piration going on today, and that is now in the books. And as I told you guys yesterday, the market did exactly what history predicted. Once again, the S&P fell, the Dow dropped more than 400 points, the Nasdaq slid once again, and everything closed lower, which gives the market a fifth. I think that's the fourth straight losing week, and we only in March. That was the fourth straight losing week, the longest streak in over a year. But the headline that really shocked the market is not just VIX-Piration, it's mainly what's going on in the Middle East. That's the geopolitical issues. So the U.S. has announced they are deploying thousands and thousands of soldiers right now. We're going to try to see if we can seize Kharg Island, so that way we can control the Strait of Hormuz. That's not an easy task. So that has a lot of people on edge, and a lot of people think we're going to carry out major operation over the weekend. They just wanted the stock market to close, just in case those operations fail. We can find a way to let the market digest it, because if that happens while the market is open, this would be a bloodbath. Now, if you're not familiar with what Kharg Island is, that's Iran's main oil hub. 90% of the oil export actually comes out of that little island. It's one of the most precious islands in the Middle East. Actually, you can even say in the world, given the value it represents for the global economy. So in today's video, we're gonna break down and see what mainly happened. But I'm gonna take the majority of the time to just talk to you guys. So feel free to ask questions and drop some comments here. If you are here on a Friday afternoon, I want to start doing this a little early, guys, because obviously during the afternoon, like nighttime, the evening, really, I reserve those for family time. I spend that time with my son and my wife. So I wanted to come in a little early, around like 4, right after the market closed, to give you guys, the good news of what's going on, and do a bit of a recap of the week. We're going to get right into it, guys. Again, before I move further, I want to remind you guys, I am not your financial advisor. Nothing I say here is any suggestions for you guys to buy, hold, or sell. This is for educational purposes only. If you are looking to trade, make sure you do your own due diligence. If you don't know what you're doing, make sure you speak with a financial advisor. And remember, investing or trading carries risk, including loss of capital. But what we do here on this channel, is translate what the chart is telling us, and how Coach Lord, myself, is executing in the market every single day. We're looking at the probabilities, and I'm giving you guys the probabilities and letting you guys know exactly how I'm positioning myself, and exactly what I am doing. There's no fluff, no BS. It's straight charts, no emotions involved. Let's get right into it, guys. Where is this here? Okay, I had my the wrong screen popped up. All right, we got it. We got it. It's a Friday, guys. I'm tired. It's a Friday. Give me a bit of give me some grace. I was gonna say give me a break, but give me some grace. But I'm a little tired. It's been a long week. So this is what we did before we start. It is always POP. It is process over profit. Um, we don't follow the herd. We try to find a probability at a good level. We get in. We take the profit when we see it. Now, I always tell you guys, whenever I'm actually in shorts, when I tell you guys I buy shorts and this and that. So as of today, all previous shorts were closed. I hit my level. This is the level I was waiting for. So that's the SPX. If I go on the DIA, you guys could see it. This is the level I was targeting. I already hit those levels, so I'm out. And whatever. I just wanted to show you guys that, because all the short positions already reached their level. So right now I am completely, well, not complete, well, mostly. I'll say about 98% out of all my short positions as of right now. Now let's take a quick look as exactly see what the SPY did. We can take a look at that. going in, and I told you guys last night. These are the probabilities. This is what I was looking at, yada yada, and all this kind of stuff. And what did I say, guys? I told you guys, hey, I can see this here. We are doing a bit of an inverted head and shoulder pattern. However, I don't really put too much stock into that because it would be hard. The market likes to do what? This is the one of the main thing. The market likes to take the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance told us we were going to head back down. We were going to push down. We not only we had the patterns was not really clear, right? Because we had an inverted head and shoulder pattern, which means we would be going up. But the one main thing I always tell you guys, it's not just about the pattern, it's where exactly is that pattern being formed. All right, and that pattern was being formed right below resistance level. Therefore, the higher probability would be a move down, and that's exactly what we ended up getting. We actually gapped down right at the open. You guys can see that here. Let me remove those. I like to remove everything when I'm going to that because it make the chart looks a lot cleaner. So, what did you guys see here? This is where we closed. This is where we were, and whatever. And we gapped down. We got down right at pre-market before the market even opened. We had already went and break the low where that resistance was and retest it and push right back down. Again, it's not just about where the pattern is, what pattern is being formed, is where that pattern is being formed. This is one of the most important thing. I don't want you guys to ever forget that. Is where exactly is that pattern being formed? And we were being done right on the resistance level, and this is exactly what happened. This is the SPY. Let me check the 4 hours so we can see what we're looking like in the 4 hours. Again, I told you guys, to me the 4 hours looks like a bear flag. That was a retest, and that plays out perfectly. Now, I just want to check some real quick. Let me just check real quick. And for those of you guys, if you are here, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. Drop me an emoji, ask me a question, anything, whatever you can do that gives that engagement in the channel would be greatly appreciated. As I've told you guys over and over, those engagement really help the channel grow. All right, let's see if I do this here. This move is actually complete. This move is complete. So that was the first leg. So what I just did here, I counted the first leg, right? Right here. We did that bit of whatever. So we take that and hold on. If I take this, I move that around. This was the bear flag. That was the pole, the length of the pole, and then we actually have that again. So that move is complete. That has been completed. I believe very little short positions on. Those short, it's just in case. That's like an insurance thing. This is like really this is not me going in with like 4 or 5 short contracts on the DIA or anything like that. This is like, hey, I have SOXL or whatever. That is a long-term play. I still have a lot of time left on that. That's a lead that has like 2 years left on it. So I may just, and the value of it may be X. Let's say for hypothetically, if the value on that is around like 5 6 grand, and I only put shorts on for like $300, that's just me just trying to, okay, if it does a pullback, I'm not going to bleed as much. That's about it. But as of right now, I just want to wait and see what happens. All right, so that's what the SPY did. If we go and take a look at the Qs, they perform relatively the same. The Qs actually dropped once again, and this is the problem that I have. While the S&P 500 found a little support, right? It found a little support, which was great. Now, you can say the Qs found a little support also and bounced a little bit right here. But that support, it's weak. That's what we call minor support. But again, it still bounced. But this is what really gets me worried with that. Our major support line, like actual structural support, is not until 560. We are still at 582. We are still at 582, meaning we need to reclaim and go back to this level. Now, how exactly is that going to play out? There's two ways I see this playing out. We can have another down day tomorrow. I mean, on not tomorrow. Don't judge me, guys. I want the market to open tomorrow once again, but it doesn't. It's not open on Friday. I mean on Saturdays. Um, on Mondays we might have another down day and then retest that level for a push down. This may happen, or we might just have a regular flat day. Or the other thing that may happen, we may actually do a pop or retest of this level for us to go back and do a lower low, pretty much doing the second leg. Taking a look at the 4 hour time frame, you guys see we closed below structural support, so that is not good news. Closing below structural support is not good news, and I don't like that. I'm looking at the 2 hour time frame, things just does not look very good. But a lot of times, this is how people get trapped a lot. This is how you get trapped. So those days, if you take yesterday and today to see how what the market did. Actually, let's take the last 3 days of the week. We see how bearish the market is. Believe it or not, some people are finally convinced to buy short positions. And this is how you get trapped. Because then guess what happened? Let's say on Monday morning, we have a pop, they losing, they close that position, and then they go long. And then the next couple of days, we actually drop. All right, so things like that can happen. I want you guys to be careful. But it was an interesting week. Let's take a look at the week. This is what the weekly candle currently look like. You guys can see that this is insane. This is a that is a heavy candle in the Qs. And right now, if you want to look at it, you could say this is a double top, and we're currently right at the neckline, trying to see if we can push lower. So this is the weekly. If you're really looking at that, there's some minor support here, but our structural support is not until way down to this level. All right, going on the DIA. I have been warning you guys and telling you guys about the market pulling back since way up there. I've been telling you, hey, maybe it's not ready yet, but when we had the break, I told you guys. So this should not have not come at some sort of surprise to anybody. You should have known this was in the works. Let me see. Do I have any questions here? I do not. All right, let's see. Going right back. Okay. Now, this is going to be a short video, guys. That we're not going to be here for long for this short video. I just so right now, what the biggest worry is the war keep escalating. So as I mentioned right at the opening, we are sending more and more Marines. Unfortunately, we are sending more of those guys to the Middle East. This is not good. That means we would need to expect more casualties because if what we were doing previously, we were actually taking people out. Now, those guys have damaged, Iran's have damaged U.S. Air defense missile bases. So that means they are more exposed. And what we are doing, we actually adding more soldiers. So to me, I feel bad for these guys. Unfortunately, you guys have to understand that they don't have a say. They can get court-martialed if they refuse to get deployed. So this is not a war of their choosing. They didn't make it happen. This is just, you know, politicians make the wars and they have to go fight. So I hope they're okay. I hope on both sides there's a resolution that happens, so that way we can move forward. Because for us, we're going to pay the price. All right. We're gonna pay the price at the pump. We're going to pay the price at the grocery store. Everything is going to be more expensive. You going trust me, guys. You are going to see it once, okay, that already turning into an energy crisis, like an energy war, and this is not good for anybody. It doesn't matter who you're rooting for, or if you're rooting for anybody, or if you don't care about it. It impacts all of us. It impacts all of us. All right. And the other thing we also having, there's reports coming out that we are getting things are getting really bad over there. By that I mean we are losing a lot of fighter jets. Bloomberg actually just reported the U.S. has lost nearly 20 fighter jets so far, and some of them are F-35, which are supposed to be our stealth fighter jets. invisible to radars. So those are getting shut down. So that's complicating the situation. So when things like that happen, it complicates the situations. This is the way I want to. This is not politics, guys. This is just me letting you guys know. Hey, just expect the market because as this goes longer, the market will be affected. The economy will be affected. And right now, this economy is almost like a. I would say it's almost like a Ponzi scheme because we are trying to keep it up artificially. Guess what? We had which are, Dell just announced more layoffs on top of the layoffs they already did. Dell just announced more, and I believe a few of those banks just announced more. Everywhere you look, there are companies announcing more and more and more and more layoffs. And when you have instability in the global economy, that's going to impact every single person. So that being said, again, I want to. If you survive the week, if you survive today, you still have your account. Whether you green or red, if you green, congratulations, I'm happy for you. If you red, as long as you're in the game, I want you to keep your head up. I want you to stay motivated. Take some time off this afternoon. Take some time off, relax, get your mind completely off of everything. But tomorrow, as of tomorrow, I need you to review your trades and see why your trades were did not work out. Were they bad entries, or were they just one of those things where you had great entries, but the market sometimes it's a probability game, so nothing is 100%. It just went against you. It happens, right? If as long as you have to make sure and be honest. And if you violated your rules, you must give yourself a punishment. Whatever that punishment is, you choose it. You choose what it is. It does by punishment. I don't mean starve yourself for 3 days. All right, do something that you don't like to do, but that is good for you. Like say go for a run. Like say doing some squats. Like say doing some push-ups, working out, whatever it is. Let's say it's about doing laundry, but you don't like doing laundry. I don't care if you have a wife, do it, even if you don't like doing it. If your wife always the one doing the laundry, you not do something that would add some sort of value to your life, but you really don't like doing. Whatever that is, do that. That way you're holding yourself accountable because you need to make it a situation where when you violate your rules, when you violate your trading plan, that you paying a price for it, that for you, for anybody else, it may be nothing, right? For anybody else, it may be nothing. But for you, it may be something that is such a heavy price for you specifically that you don't want to do it anymore. So that way it forces you to help keep you in check because guess what? There's nobody coming to tap you on the shoulder and tell you don't take that trade. Nobody's coming and tap you on the shoulder and say you should not do that. I mean, sometimes you might, if you're part of a live trading team, you might have some people that you may, hey, I want to take this. What do you think? But if you're trading by yourself specifically, even when you're trading with people, because sometimes people take trade, they don't let anybody know while they're in the live. It happens in every live chat. That's just the nature of the beast. But I want you guys to know that there's nobody coming to save you from yourself. So that's what I mean. First of all, I want to congratulate you for surviving. But the second thing is, what exactly are you going to do? I had a good day trade. I had a good week. Actually, you know what? Let me rephrase that. I had a great week. You know what I'm going to do tomorrow? As soon as I wake up tomorrow, after I get my workout in and whatever, I have my coffee. Coffee's a must. I must drink my coffee. The next thing I'm going to do is take a look at some of the trades I took, which ones worked out, which one didn't work out. That is something I'm definitely going to do. I don't do that because I want to pat myself in the back and say, yeah, no. I want to do that just to make sure whether a trade worked or not. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is not about profit and losses. What matters to me is whether or not the trade I took actually was exactly part of my trading plan. Did it meet the requirements in my trading plan? That's the only thing I want to do. Okay, well, that's all I got, guys. I want to keep this a little short. We went about 20 minutes. I wish you guys the best. Thank you for being here. It's Friday. Go out, have some time with your loved ones, or if you're somebody who like some solitude, just have some time for yourself. Chill, relax, have a good time, take a break. I'll see. I have some videos dropping tomorrow. But remember the live is on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. No live on Saturdays, but I do drop videos on Saturdays. So make sure to click the notification, the subscribe, and the notification bell, so that way when I drop those, you can get notified and you don't miss anything. And once again, guys, I will remind you guys, when you are trading in those market, it is get in, get green, and get out. This is the way it works. Get in, get green, get out. The market is too volatile at this time for you guys to try to get home runs all every single time. All right, guys. Peace out. Take care. It is Friday. It's time for me to go take a bit of a break and chill. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, Sunday night, live Sunday night. Take care, guys.